and this is our boat.
Had the handover and he's just left us. It looks a bit narrow.
I can't talk, I'm concentrating. See that?
English pub fare. Do you reckon you can drive in to the lock?
No, I
okay.
can't even drive straight.
I think we missed them by that much. Because this is sort of like a van on a canal.
As you can see, I'm off the boat. This is a very narrow part of...
Nothing between us and down there. Just concentrating. G'day, we're David and Paula. After 40 years we took a gap year from work, bought a van and did a lap right around Australia. And it was life-changing. So now we're trying to rebalance life, work, the van travel in Australia that we love, and still ticking off some overseas bucket list items. Alright, let's go.
This is a nerd for today.
Yep.
So we're at the marina and this is our boat. Celeste. We're just here waiting for our handover so we know what we're doing.
So we've just had our handover. You got it all sorted out, Paul?
I'm on it.
You ready to skip to the boat? She's been practicing tying her knots for days. Had the handover and he's just left us. We're just doing it now.
Got us around the corner and he said, see you later. Have fun.
I feel like I'm doing this. Tunnel to negotiate, haven't we?
Yes.
That's going to be fun.
It's a bridge, isn't it?
We're on the Llangollen Canal. And so we've got 7 days. 7 days on the canal. And we've just had like a 1 hour handover and he got us out of the basin and said, off you go.
So off we went.
So off we went. Aye, Captain.
Hello. Can't talk, I'm concentrating.
Say that again.
I can't talk, I'm concentrating.
Cooling up a bit, isn't it?
We've got someone behind me.
No, those walkers on the track are catching up to you. What's coming up?
First tunnel.
It looks a bit narrow. We've been waving our way up the canal so far and now we've got to go straight. Hang on. So, all right.
All right.
Yeah.
No return to, so it's all ours.
Is that a return to?
No.
Here's Narrow.
It's a little bit off-putting because there's a walkway.
Yeah.
The light's going. What's wrong? You don't need the horn to work. Don't you?
Blue? Hey. I didn't hear them too, did you?
No.
It's very hard keeping it straight in here. I know you can't see me.
It's a long tunnel. It's a right hand. Oh, we've got our first.
We made it.
Yeah, now what we've got.
Oh yeah.
This is the Chirk one. Morning.
Oh, yeah. I think I might have gone the wrong direction.
Did we go the wrong? No, this is the Chirk one.
Yeah. Paula's navigating.
Don't worry. We're about to cross the border to England.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
All good. You having fun?
Yes.
Now we're going to find somewhere to moor. We don't exactly know how to do that. Is it?
Just a bit of information about the bridge in this little town.
Alright, where are we going now?
Over the bridge, then we're going to the pub.
So, we sort of got thrown in the shallow end.
We did. We did okay.
We did okay. We
Just one small domestic.
Paul was navigating again. Sort of were getting used to it, but then straight into a tunnel and straight over an aqueduct. We weren't quite expecting that straight away, were we?
No.
So on the guide they recommend the bridge in. The guy who helped pull us in to the bank, he said, down to the bridge in.
Yeah.
But it's familiarly known as the trap.
The trap.
The trap, yeah. So we're going to go and have a well-deserved pint, have a meal.
Yum yum.
Right.
Can see that.
English pub fare. We're close to the border, but we've just come over the border, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah. So we're in England at the moment, and Wales sometime tomorrow or the day after.
Yep.
Well, depends. Okay. But anyway, we're at the pub overlooking the Chirk Aqueduct.
Aqueduct.
Paula's been recovering from her stint navigating the canals of England. It's been a good day.
Yeah.
Okay, righto. Morning. Brisk, but not cold, not like we've had in Iceland. Canal boats do actually move a little bit during the night. And we had some people come in, they got very friendly, so they just got snugged up and were sort of touched the boats that are coming after dark. You're not supposed to actually be operating these boats after dark, but anyway, that's somebody else's problem. Fair night's sleep. I was sort of a bit hyperactive and sort of thinking about today's trip. So today we're heading down towards Ellesmere. There's some narrow sections on this canal at the Llangollen end, and so the guys actually recommend heading further out towards Ellesmere to the bottom of this sort of loop. It's an out and back. It's not really a loop. It's an out and back route. We planned to do that anyway, so it actually worked out well. So we've got a full day today on the canal. So we'll just move our way down the canal. We've got a couple of locks that we've got to do today, so we're just sort of working out who's going to be the skipper on the boat and who's going to operate the locks. That should be a bit of fun. Yeah. Yesterday the weather cleared up really nice. It was beautiful. beautiful afternoon. It was coolish. All the locals, they're all wearing t-shirts. I mean, they're sort of basking in it. Not as cold as Iceland, of course, but you know, we're still Australian, so it was just a little bit coolish. We've got low clouds, so we're hoping that might break up again today. But as one of the guys who did the handover to us said, these boats, they're much harder to cool than they are to warm up. So they think that these are ideal canal conditions. So mostly scenery, villages, cruising down the canal, couple of locks, and we'll get into a place called Ellesmere where we can top up some of our groceries. We're not going to be carrying a lot of groceries as we want to spend a little bit more time up at that end, at the narrow end of the canal. Is this someone coming our way? Yeah, it is.
Yes,
we're passing.
It is.
Hey? It's a big boat.
It's a big boat?
Yeah.
How do you know? Long ones. You mean a long boat?
Okay. Is this the other place that we were talking about? See you down the centre? It's cold, isn't it? Are you warm enough?
Yeah, sort of.
Where are your gloves?
In the cupboard.
Nice and slow. You're right. That's okay.
Have I gone the wrong way? I'm going the wrong way, aren't I?
Hey, you're right. You're right.
I've got to go this way?
Yeah. No, you got to go that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just looks like it's doing its own thing.
I think the problem might have been that there wasn't enough water going over the tiller. Heaps of room. Heaps of room. See? Had to duck the pole. You missed that, didn't you? Yep. Chase the ducks. And the stick. Right. So bring it around. Yep, and so you've just got this little narrow section. So what do you want to do with your throttle? Nice and straight, nice and straight. Yep. Just go, just come around this way. That's it. Turn towards you. That's it.
Straight now?
Yep, straight now. Okay, you got to bring it that way. Bring it that way. There you go. And whoop.
No, because all you're doing is letting the water pass.
So yeah.
Sluice gates you're opening. Sound like an expert, this is the second one.
No, it's okay. You're one better than us. And, yeah.
So this water has to leak back to
Is he trying to fill this up or empty?
No, he's empty that, so it's at the same level.
Okay.
Right, he goes in, closes up, then he fills up from that end. Yeah. Paula's got the windlass.
The thing.
Right, so these guys are going to come in and then we're going to watch this one operate.
I didn't see what they did. I didn't get to see what they did.
That's all right, you're fine. Right, come and watch. You reckon you can drive in to the lock?
No,
No,
I
okay.
can't even drive straight.
Okay. Morning.
Morning.
Now he'll reverse. But,
Okay,
now he'll reverse to brake.
to stop. It's the lock on.
Right, so to open the gates, it's got the lock on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you won't be able to open that up, right, until
Yeah, so we're just opening a bit.
until it's equal. So if there was someone waiting, we'd let them come through.
Oh,
Right.
right.
Whoever's at the level of the water has right away, but if no one's waiting, then you can fill up. All right, that's closed. They're both closed. Yep. Now you close these gates.
Close the gates. Okay.
Nobody knows me like you do.
It's an old bridge abutment.
Except for you, like we're intertwined. Seasons come and go.
This one looks a bit narrow, doesn't it?
Thought that you should know. Even if my eyes are closed, I see you. I see you. I see you.
Oh, yeah. Where are we?
We're at Ellesmere.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we're at the Ellesmere Marina, or whatever they call it, basin.
Yeah.
And we're going to Tesco's to get some groceries because we only got the basic stuff from the spa yesterday.
Yep. So we just go for a walk.
Go for a bit of a walk, and 5 minutes flat walk to Ellesmere station. That's what that
Visit the
says.
mooring 72 hours max.
If we want to move back into this basin rather than head back up the canal tonight, there is a place to turn around.
Yeah.
Turn around right here. Is the Tesco closed? Surely not. For the people in Australia that haven't been to the UK, Tesco is sort of like the Woolies, the Woolworths, or the Coles these days. It's sort of the bigger supermarket chain. There's Sainsbury's, and then a lot of the little towns have co-ops. So we're going a bit further because
They were closed.
and so we missed them by that much. So you're absolutely correct. Tesco's not open until that time on Sundays, exactly like it was when we lived here all that time ago. So we'll walk up, see if the co-op is open, might even walk past the White Lion or whatever it is and have a look. And
Yep.
then we've got a so if it's open, we've got choices. If it's not open, then we're going to be staying here until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning anyway. There you go. Welcome.
I don't talk that much anyway.
You talk a lot, just not on the mic. You give me what for when people aren't watching.
They don't need to know I'm the real boss.
Yeah, they think that you're nice and meek, and they don't realise that you beast me when you're off camera, and then I'm always getting in trouble. Been a long day.
It's been a long day. Got to do it again tomorrow.
Have you got the knack of steering?
No, but I'll try again tomorrow.
We'll get you sorted out. But what was good today?
We did our first locks,
Yeah, that was good.
so that was good. And there was a few other people with us, so that was good.
A couple of Americans.
Yeah.
So that was Dave and Ann,
Yep.
right from California.
Yep.
And they were a little bit concerned about it all. You were a bit concerned about it all, but we worked it out.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's good.
that was good. And then we ran into. Now I don't know because I couldn't hear him when he was shouting at us, but there was a guy in another boat coming the other way, and he started shouting at us and waving and waving, and he said, Dave and Paula, and we went, how the hell does this guy know? He goes, we follow you, and he said, wave to Joan down the boat behind. So we went past, we said, hello Joan, and she looked a bit surprised.
What's her name, Joan?
Yeah, her name was Joan. So I know her name was Joan. I didn't get his name, so I'm really sorry about that. But
And then she realised who we were.
she did a double take, and then she started waving. So here we are in England, and he said, I can't wait to see this series. I said, well, you're gonna have to wait and see Iceland first. Anyway, it still surprises us, doesn't it, when people do that?
Yes.
Like it's such a small channel, and then we run into people like in the weirdest, most remote places, and here we were on a canal.
Yeah.
People started waving, going, Dave and Paula. Anyway, it was nice. It was nice and friendly. We made a mistake when we came back. Everything was still pumping away and that sort of stuff. We realised that we left the heat on, so we don't actually know what that's done to our power while we were stopped. But anyway, so we'll find out. It was actually cold today. It was actually a little bit chilly.
Today.
We didn't bring all of our absolute cold weather gear because we didn't think we need it looking at the research. But anyway, we'll see how tomorrow goes. It's been a good day. It's not as relaxing as you'd actually think. All right.
We're still learning.
We might switch off for tonight and see everybody tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be 8 to 16.
Okay. Good. Is it going to be sunny?
No,
Okay. What did you order?
Sunday roast.
Sunday roast tonight. Roast would be nice. Have a beer. Have a rosé. We'll go back.
Yep. Spend the night, get up, breakfast, do it all again.
All right. Okay, here's our food.
Oh,
Lamb is mine. Thank you.
No.
No, we're
I think
fine.
that's
Thank you very
fine.
much.
Thank you. Oh, yummy, look at that.
Sunday roast.
Yummy.
We might leave you with the thought of a yummy Sunday roast, and we'll see you tomorrow.
How are you?
You okay? Yes, thank
All
you.
good.
Next day, we retraced our path back towards Wales, stopping short of the border at the Poacher's Pub. Then we had a slow day visiting Chirk Castle before heading towards Wales and the Pontcysyllte Aqueduct. So we're at the Aqueduct.
We are.
At the Aqueduct, and everyone's been really friendly tonight, haven't we? We've had a great time.
We are enjoying ourselves.
With the locals. Anyway, we're going to watch Paula eat.
No, we're not. Turn it off.
Okay. We're looking at the Aqueduct from the Aqueduct. To 11. Had to take it longer than I thought. I think it took us nearly an hour to get across that aqueduct. You keep going to me. I don't want to go over. I'm thinking, no, don't go over. I don't want you to go over. It's absolutely beautiful in through this section.
Very pretty.
Gets a bit narrow in from here. And then there's some spots that Paula's going to have to get off the boat and she's going to have to run. And we'll get footage of that. Breaking news.
How rude.
It's very tight and windy in through here. And the sun keeps threatening to come out. Been chatty, everyone's been chatty today, haven't they?
Yeah.
And yesterday. The Welsh friendly people. Had a good chat to the people in the pub.
Last night. Yeah.
Last night. We've had a pub meal pretty every night on the canal.
I know. G'day, how are you?
I think you're going to have to come through, yeah?
I can't, I'm stuck.
Me too. Hang on. See if I can. I'm moving now. Yep, I'm right. Yep. Nah, it's just a bit sludgy on the edge.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, we got a hard edge on this side too.
We're hitting the bottom here.
Yeah, same, yeah.
So if you go, then we'll push it out.
Oh, good. Here we come.
Oh, you slip in there?
Yeah. I just don't want to get too friendly. Good on you. Thank you. Lots of autumn colours, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Yeah. That's quite a drop down there, isn't it? We're fairly high up the embankment. The canal's fairly high up the hill.
Yeah, the forest over the top sort of hides it a bit,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
We've had a couple of squeezy bits in through here though, haven't we?
We have already.
And when we get to Bridge 41, Paula's got to go for a run.
As you can see, I'm off the boat. This is a very narrow part of this lock, and I'm just walking ahead to make sure that if there's any oncoming traffic, that I can alert them to the fact that we're on our way through. Oh, it's so pretty here, look. It's so pretty. It's good to stretch my legs.
Paula, you're going to get ahead of me.
Gotta go. You can see how narrow it is here. And David's around a couple of bends, quite bendy as well. So he's just slowly working his way through. It's all fun and games. Okay. We've just done that. Here he comes. Go in.
Does it widen up there, does it?
Yeah, we've passed it.
All right, I'll pick you up here.
Okay. Hey?
I can feel something rattling our rudder. Hoping I can cut that off. Very clever. So this one's a 500 metre section that Paula's got to walk ahead on. We've got a definite rattle in the engine. Not sure what's going on there. And as you can see, it's all just like rock wall and brick wall on this side. There's a road down there below us. I can hear the road noise, but I just can't see it. And I think that that's Llangollen over there that we can start to see the houses in, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's just, yeah, just amazing. They've cut the canal into the side of the hill here. We're having to bump up the engine a little bit. Just the flow is just pushing us back a little bit. We're barely moving. Well, it's quite windy in through here. The boat rotates around through its centre, so it's not like driving a car or a truck where you've got steering it, on the front axle. There's Paula up ahead. She's obviously stopped the boat, or they were stopped in. You should be all clear now. Thank you. Yeah, we had to work a bit hard coming uphill. Oh, good. Okay, thank you. Have a good one. Cheers.
I've given some advice on restaurants and coffee houses.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
See you later.
I could do with a coffee. Good on you.
Where do you want me to?
Up there.
Do you want me just to keep walking?
Are you going to come back on?
No, I might just keep
Are
walking.
you going to keep walking? Right
Yeah.
Nobody gets me except for you, like we're intertwined. Seasons come and go.
You okay?
Are you hopping back on, or?
No, we've got to keep going. It's not that far,
Are we
apparently.
going to moor at the basin, are we?
Yeah?
Even if my eyes are closed, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you.
It's a bit of a way. The canal's up above the town.
Yes.
And then the town's sort of down closer to the River Dee. Just say Pontcysyllte.
Pontcysyllte.
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Right, say it again.
Pontcysyllte.
And how do you say the town that's on the other side?
Oh, don't ask me.
Frontcysyllte.
Yeah.
Fron. But it's like they said it was like a V sound. Fron. Okay. All right, where are we off to now?
We're going to go have a look at the Horseshoe Falls.
The Horseshoe Falls, yeah. Yeah, so the path to the falls goes up directly from the basin where we're moored up. You can moor up at the basin or just on the other side of Llangollen. There's a bridge that's pretty much in the canal in the middle, at the town's edge, and there's moorings on either side of that bridge. Look, to be honest, we think probably the moorings on the canal side are probably a little bit better, but we've been fine where we are, and it's very convenient. This last bit of the canal is not navigable, so you can't bring narrow boats down here. People canoe, they can bring other little craft in through here, but it's not suitable for the narrow boats, so that they've all got to stop at the basin. But this is the feeder for the whole canal system.
Yeah,
I did avoid me too.
There's something good down there.
Ivywood coffee, but only weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just say,
No.
you're right, David.
No, not happening.
Just come on, for once in your life, admit that I was right.
No, okay, mine never. It's quite pleasant, isn't it?
It's a bit brisk.
It is a bit brisk.
Not too bad once you get walking though.
No,
Paula's got about 5 layers on, so.
I have. I think I have exactly 5 layers on.
I have to say this whole trip, the merino layers have been the way to go.
Excellent.
But these backpack jackets have been quite good.
Yeah.
Not too heavy, not too bulky or quilty or anything like that.
Towards the hotel, 3 is the chain bridge. And the chain bridge.
At the Chainbridge Hotel. So this is it. This is the bit that feeds the whole canal
So that's the pump house.
and the pump house. Right, how do you pronounce all those, Paula?
The meter house, Lengthman's hut, the River Dee canal.
I just think this is pretty amazing, right? So he builds a lot of the canal, he starts building the aqueduct. He knows where he's going to get his water from, and then he builds this that splits the River Dee from the water here that goes through to the pump house, and that feeds the whole Shropshire Union Canal, so not just the Llangollen Canal.
I think it's even more amazing. I think this happened in the 17th century. Was that right?
At the end of the 18th.
End of the 18th.
Yeah, so I think they finished building the bridge in 1805, like he was designing it and building it 10 years before that. But the amazing thing is he knew what levels he wanted to get.
Very clever.
You know, and nowhere near the instrumentation that they've got now. It's an easy walk up, isn't it? I don't really go back.
It's flat.
But it's flat. It's an easy walk along the, mostly on the towpath of the old canal. And if you get really exhausted by the easy walk, you can stop at the Chainbridge Hotel and have a hot chocolate or something. Yeah.
He looks like he could do that in his sleep. So we're just on one of the narrow parts of the canal here, and I've walked ahead.
Apart from being narrow, it's much easier on the way down than on the way up. The water flow is with us. It is pretty here. We'd seen enough of Llangollen. It was a nice, lovely town. It's, but we sort of didn't come for the town. It's a bit of a tourist town. Couldn't find a decent coffee. Lovely people, a couple of good cafes, but yeah, the coffee was not much to write home about. It was really it was always about the canal experience for us.
But we're at anywhere. Looks like someone's moored. Yeah, there is a boat there. There's another one behind it.
bit shallow, yeah, a bit shallow on the edges, yeah.
This is the fun part of the canal.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that next section got a nice nasty turn, hasn't it?
You got a couple more narrow bits yet. Yes, that's the narrow section just about done. Geez, it's tight in here, but so much easier than it was yesterday.
The hoped-for sun didn't come out and we couldn't find our way into the Trevor Basin Marina, so we headed back over the aqueduct. Nothing between us and down there. Paul's concentrating.
Oh, look, blue sky. Morning.
Morning.
Blue sky. A little bit.
We've got little patches. Blue sky, so we're going to do it again. All right. Sorry guys, were you going, were you? Oh, okay. When we go over the aqueduct, just so you know, we're throwing a drone up, so but we're a little bit slow going across anyway. We're having another go at it, so yeah. Well, we decided we didn't do it well enough, so we needed more practice.
You decided. I thought it was fine.
Morning, how are you? Do you want to give it a little bit more welly, or are you right?
Hello again.
What an astonishing piece of engineering, and built in 1805. Hello you.
G'day.
So we've got plenty of time up our sleeve. We have to return the boat by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, which is a Saturday. And we've sort of covered all the things that we wanted to cover in the section. Like if we'd had our time over, we would have gone a little bit further than Ellesmere.
Yeah.
I think it's Whitchurch, gone down. We were originally expecting to spend a day and a half, 2 days, so 2 full nights at Llangollen.
Yes.
So we thought we'd go for a walk into the Trevor Basin, which is where we were going to stop last night, but we couldn't quite figure out how to get in there. So we're going to walk over the aqueduct.
Yeah.
Down here by the canal, it's reasonably sort of pretty. There's the bridge, and it's also this side of the aqueduct. But we've had a couple of good nights at the aqueduct pub. They've just been really friendly. So I think it sort of attracted us back, and we went back. Like we've done the aqueducts, we've done the locks, we've done the tunnels. So we've sort of ticked most of the things that we want to do on this canal. So Paula said that she felt like doing a long walk and stretching her legs out.
Don't know about long, but a nice walk to stretch my legs out.
I was looking out the window just this morning, just while I was waiting for Paula to finish getting ready to come on the walk. And I looked out there, and I had 2 beady eyes looking directly straight back at me. There's a squirrel who'd come out onto where the towpath was, because there was a whole heap of nuts and things sitting there. And he was like ducking back and forth, sort of doing the scouting thing. Then I realised he had a bit of a mate, and he was quite elusive. But we've actually been trying to get pictures of him the whole time, haven't we? We've seen
We're a
heaps.
bit quick.
This is part of the history walk.
Oh yeah.
Memorial.
Up for the lime kilns.
Yeah. Pics look like they're just a spine. Has it been good?
Morning. Been good?
Yeah, great.
Well done.
I'm not quite convinced the first guys were enjoying it.
There's absolutely nothing to protect you on that side.
A different perspective, actually. I'm actually looking down now. I was not when we were on the boat.
No, and I think Paul was concentrating so hard on trying to keep it straight in the canal that you weren't noticing how high it was, were you?
How pretty it is. Look at all those colours in
Yeah.
the trees. All the lambs in the field.
Be careful which ones you're leaning on,
I
Paul.
know, look at this. There's a little bit of blue sky, yay. Getting ready to jump.
Yeah, I know. All right, Steph, that's it.
Oh, I don't think the light's on, Dave.
You didn't put the lights on.
I thought I did.
Yeah, it's on.
No, it's not on.
It's not on?
No.
Is it on?
No, but it just flashed. Ah, yes, now it is.
Okay. Hey, g'day.
G'day, g'day, and welcome to a quick walkthrough of Narrowboat Celeste.
We've had a great trip, but we thought because you've seen us doing the van life and you've seen the van, we were in the camper van in Iceland. We thought we'd sort of take you through because this is sort of like a van on a canal, and very similar layout. But we'll take you through a walk. This is where all the magic happens, and you've seen most of that. Engines underneath, and we've got to do this sort of check. We've got to, and I haven't done it tonight, but yeah, we've got various checks that you've actually got to do, and to make sure that the prop is clear, and also grease the engine, those sorts of things. I won't even bore you with that. You've also got to be able to learn to do the ropes, just nice and neat like that. Paula's been practicing. One of the things about this boat, though, is it's only got limited battery for the house battery, or what they call the leisure battery. So it charges off the engine when it's running. You've got to be able to run it for about 5 hours a day, or start up when you're alongside, and sometimes when you're close to other people, you know, you can get the fumes of the diesel going and all those sorts of things, and you don't really want to annoy people because all the heating and all those sorts of things operate off the engine, so it can get a little bit sort of cool. But the house battery isn't big enough to be able to do lots of draws and to have the inverter on. So to put that in perspective, our caravan, our Expo hardtop, 800 amp hours, no solar on this at all. So everything that runs off that big sort of diesel engine, been fine. Right, it's been fun. We just haven't been able to do things like editing. Like the computer uses a lot of power when it's editing and all that. And on the canal, not a lot of mobile internet signal. Look, tons of storage. Goodness knows, more storage in there. Now, this is the bed area, and it's at the back. So the bed area is at the back here, and we've just been talking to some American friends that we've made on the canal this trip, who've rented their boat from the same company.
And there's
it's Anne and Dave. And theirs is in reverse, so their galley is here, which we actually think is better. We think where you can make a cup of coffee and those sorts of things, and particularly when someone's spending 4 to 5 hours up the back there steering. This bed pulls out, so the bed pulls out here and extends sort of into a queen bed. But we found that a bit awkward trying to get out, particularly if you've got to get up and do a wee stop in the night or anything like that. Getting in and squeezing past
It's a bit hard.
It was a bit hard, and we took the bolster out that's part of the extension.
Yeah.
And we ended up living in just the double bed, and we sort of topped and tailed. These are our extra doonas here. They're bedding, central heating. So when all that's sort of baking, that's also quite nice. But
More storage. Oh, I don't know what that's like.
oh yeah, it's untied. Oh, there's your undies, Paula.
There are not. They're not. You're a naughty boy.
Bathroom. Bit noisy. Okay.
It's not a bad sized bathroom, and you can open these up and extend it more.
Paula was getting a bit claustrophobic in here.
I was.
So we just suggested just opening these doors up. But look, reasonable sized shower. And when you're using the shower, you've got to put a pump on.
To get the water out.
Now there is black water storage, but the grey water all just gets pumped out into the canal.
Yes, so you have to have the right sort of.
Yeah, just have environmentally friendly soaps and all of those sorts of things.
And they supplied all that.
They supplied some, but the soap that we carry when we're travelling is the same stuff that we put through the grey water in our van anyway. And when the heater's been on and running, the water's actually quite hot.
Yes.
In fact, if anything, be careful not to scald yourself. Nothing good about toilet discussions. It's a macerator toilet, right? So it's a very marine toilet. It has its limitations.
Really?
So Gully's been good. And this particular one, not all of them, when we did the handover, they said not all of them have the microwave or the toaster. I think we've used the toaster and we've used the microwave
Once.
but if you're going to use these things, you need to have plenty of battery power. And in effect, you've got to actually have the engine running anyway. Just get gas cooker, little tiny fridge. We're just about out of food because this is our last evening in the boat. Little freezer, all the sorts of amenities that you'd expect. It's been well equipped. Well, you don't have heaps of room, but this bit's actually been pretty good. Dining table. This has sort of more been the planning table, hasn't it?
You can actually use this as another bed.
So you can have 4 people in this particular van. Plenty of USBs and 12-volt outlets. So there's been no problem with 12-volt outlets or USB type outlets. And again, there's 240-volt, but 240-volt you can only really run when you're running the engine. So we've just got used to the fact that making sure we put the inverter on when the engine's running, charging up the computer and those sorts of things. But otherwise, I think on this trip for a week, we've tended to have one meal a day off the boat.
Yep.
Normally sort of dinner, a few beers. Yeah, so
Which we've hardly used.
Yeah, I think I've sat down with the laptop on my lap a couple of times. The bolster, that's the bolster that would normally be in the bed.
Yeah, I'll put it.
TV, they say you've got to retune the TV at various spaces when you go around. We wouldn't know.
We just
don't use the TV. And one of the things on the canal though is you don't get a lot of good mobile reception. It's a bit patchy. We've been pretty tired by the end of the day, haven't we? Been doing that, few walks and those sorts of things. So again, when the weather's nice, another spot to sit out there if you want to. This is where some of the equipment goes. So stakes and hammers and things. Where we're moored at the moment, there's mooring rings, but in some of the places you use some of the other stakes to stake it out. You can see from one end to the other.
Lots of bins.
Yeah. At the formed up marinas, we're just outside the Chirk Marina now because we decided to get here because we've got to return the boat relatively early tomorrow and we didn't want too early a start. But at the marinas and at the marina at Llangollen in the basin, they actually had disposal. But a lot of the moorings are along the side of the canal, and there's not bins and things there. So you've got to take your rubbish with you. A lot of these moorings are just, I sort of say it's like free camping.
There's a bit.
Yeah, there's a number of spots. You can get some little guides which sort of tell you where the moorings are, but there's whole stretches along where the canal trust actually have arrows, and they basically sort of say, this is available for 2 days or for 48-hour moorings and those sorts of things. And we're in the shoulder season, which means that we've actually had no problems. And we did something like a 48-mile, 60-kilometre trip in 7 days. So our aim was really to only travel for about 4 hours a day, pull up, go to a pub, go for a walk like we did with Chirk Castle and those sorts of things. And when we got here, they said, you've really got to run the engine for about 5 hours. So on a couple of occasions, we've had to kick the engine over.
Which we'll be doing in a minute.
Which we're going to do in a minute. So that the heaters warm the space up.
And warm the hot water.
And warm the hot water for showers and those sorts of things. If you're used to van life, it's very, very similar to van life. And I just miss having the extra battery power. I don't think the solar would have worked in too many places here. No. Because they don't have a sun in Wales.
Oh, stop it.
I think we had some sun coming through
on our first day.
On the first day,
and this afternoon.
And this afternoon, it's actually been quite pleasant. The rest of the time, it's been dry, it's been cool, it's been cold, and particularly in this shoulder season, just come equipped. With some warm gear. If you've got any questions or comments, or if you've been in a narrowboat, give us your views. What's your favourite canal? This is a great canal for starters. And we took the easy path to go out towards Ellesmere, get used to it all. Hard work against the stream. So not all the canals apparently have a stream flow like this one does. Bit of effort for the boat. It wasn't so hard for us, but a bit of effort for the boat. A couple of locks. So we got to do those twice. So 4 locks total, 2 down, same 2 back. A couple of aqueducts. Couple of tunnels, including a long tunnel, and some really narrow sections up near Llangollen where Paula had to get out and walk ahead and sort of hold up boats and those sorts of things. 7 days, more than enough.
Yep.
Anyway, if you've got any questions, don't forget, if you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. 100% of our YouTube revenue does go to charity. Bit of a call out to all the people that we've met on this trip. There's been absolutely fantastic locals and others, whether it was Ray, who we shared a beer with, at the aqueduct, and Thomas, and Syra behind the bar, and Elijah behind the bar, and Hattie, who was working there.
Sorry if we've missed some people.
Oh, we've missed some names. The landlady, the landlord at the aqueduct, she did tell us her name, and it's just slipped my name. Slipped my mind. I'm sorry. Who else did we meet? We met Dave and Anne from California. So we were learning how to use the locks together with Anne and Dave.
No, Karen.
Was it Karen?
Yes.
Karen from New Zealand, but who's now a Brit. So hey to Karen and other people. Wolfgang.
Yes.
Wolfgang and his wife from Germany. And I wish I could I knew his name. I didn't catch his name, but I know his wife was Joan. So a particular call out to Joan and her husband, because they were yelling and waving to us. All right. And their followers, so they're actually subscribers to the channel. Thanks for following. All of that actually helps us send more money. So the more times you like, subscribe, watch, view, share, and that helps us send some more money off. Look, on that note, we're going to pack up, start the engine up.
Yep.
And
organise some dinner.
Organise what we can that's left out of the dinner.
Yep.
Pack, clean up.
Yep.
And get ourselves ready to hand the boat back tomorrow morning, jump on a train back to London, and then this adventure's over.
Yeah, then homeward bound.
So on that note, see you later.
See you later.
Cheers. Again, thanks for joining us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember, 100% of our YouTube advertising revenue goes to charity.